Hi and welcome to Antaranga's Wednesday video series. In our previous video, we spoke about stress, its causes, its types, uh, and a few tips that would help you to manage stress better. But there's one question that most of you already have, that is, if that is stress, then what is anxiety? Well, to understand stress and anxiety, and I think there's one more word that I will introduce here, and that is called worry. Now, that will help you a better understanding. We've already spoke about this, but we're just going to bifurcate few things and give them labels. So, first is worry. Worry is nothing but thoughts. The frontal part of your brain is for the thinking part of it, and this is where worry comes from. That's the thoughts. Now, thoughts are generated as a problem-solving tool by your mind, so that you are ready for any kind of danger. Again, when it's short period of time, it's good, but if it's a longer period of time, it is not good. Now, stress. Second is stress. So, stress comes from the reptilian part of your brain, which is body's response for any kind of danger it feels. That is shaking, trembling, sweating, your pulse rate going high, heavy breathing. These are all body's response to any kind of danger that it feels. It is kind of alertness that is ready for the fight or flight mode. Now, anxiety is a mixture of thoughts and your body's response, that is stress. So it's more of a feeling. It is like being watchful for the danger. It is trying to make you vigilant against any kind of thing that it faces as danger. Now, this comes from a mid part of the brain called the limb brain. Now, all these three, as I said, we spoke about in the earlier, but all these three in short duration are good. They keeps you motivated to do any kind of job or task that you have ahead. But if it is period for a longer period of time, it becomes chronic, not good for you, and affects your daily life every single day, every single time you're in an intense fear, and that becomes an anxiety disorder. Now, there are different types of anxiety disorders. First one is a generalized anxiety disorder. Now, this is a very general anxiety where anything can trigger you, which stays for a very longer period of time, and it affects your daily life. You are not able to do a daily task. You are shaking. You are trembling. Your breathing is high. You are sweating. All of this hampers your daily life, and this is there. And again, this is not for a short period of time. It's an intense fear that happens every single time, and you try to avoid such situations. The general anxiety fear disorder. Second is panic disorders, the panic attacks. Now, panic attacks are sudden attacks that happen to you, sudden intense fear that happen to you at any moment. There could be a trigger, there might not be a trigger, and that causes an intense fear. Your body starts responding very high, alertness, again shaking, trembling, chest pain. You feel like you are getting choked. You feel shortage of breath. The feeling of losing out of control. So your worry and thoughts are also at a high. So you feel all of that. And the worst part about panic attack is once you have it, you fear about the panic attack every single day, every single time, and you try to avoid such situations. So that's about panic attacks. Then there is social anxiety disorder. This is usually when there is an intense fear of people not being social with others, because they fear that their behaviors and actions will be mistaken by others, and they will feel embarrassed, and so they don't want to be in such situations where they feel embarrassed, so they avoid such situations. They don't want to be in such situations. So this is social anxiety disorders. Then there's an obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, where people have intrusive thoughts and they try to do repetitive stuff, just so that they're in a certain alignment, like symmetry, or you're scared of germs in your hands, so you wash your hands very frequently. So obsessive compulsive disorder is part of that. Then there is post-traumatic disorder, stress disorder, now PTSD. It's after some traumatic event has happened, accident, people who come out of wars. All these events have a very traumatizing feeling, and they feel anxious. They cannot do their daily things normally, so they go to a hell lot of fear inside of them. And the last one is phobia, where most of us are aware of. Phobias is like an intense fear for a particular situation or an object, like heights, animals, closed places, blood, injections, all these intense fears regarding situation and objects. Um, so these are the different kinds of anxiety disorders. Now, why am I discussing this with you is not so that not that you go and diagnose yourself with an anxiety disorder. No, definitely not. But I want every one of you to be aware of certain these mental health issues that are there, and even introspect if you feel there are certain things that you're doing, and you can work on certain lifestyle changes that will help you and go all of it. And this is all about building awareness, and it's try to help each other out wherever we are. So don't try to diagnose yourself with any of these disorders. They are very intense fear that happens over a period of time, not just few months and a few days. But yes, if you do feel, I think you should. There are different tips as we spoke in the previous video. Be mindful, take care of your breathing, right nutrition, avoid alcohol, caffeine, smoking, talk to people. So whenever you feel that even the lifestyle changes is not working out for you, any day, anytime, I would suggest go for professional help, talk to a counselor, talk to a psychiatrist. They would help you go through this better and come out of it better any day. That would help you. And again, it's all about your Antaranga. So it is always important that you pay attention to yourself and provide that care that it requires every day. So already a few tips I've already shared, as I said, the breathing and mindfulness. Today specifically, I want to share one of the very particular articles that I loved. It was a 5 simple ways of reducing stress and anxiety just in few minutes, and it is through breathing and mindfulness, and I think it will really help you out. It was done by Seth Gillihan in psychologytoday.com. He had an article of 5 simple ways of reducing stress and anxiety, and in just few minutes. He's a clinical assistant professor of psychology in Pennsylvania University. So let's start with that. So the first step is, it's basically, before I start off with that, you should understand that he's bifurcated the entire day into five pieces, and breathing techniques in all these 5 pieces. You don't have to follow the same routine, but you can take the routine and do it, anytime that I feel that you can do it anytime throughout your day. But these 5 techniques are very important, and I feel they really help you. So the first one is start your day early with a presence. So usually what happens is we start our day taking about our previous day stress and anxiety, and we start off with a very dull and less energetic mood, and we are not in the moment. So the first technique is you close your eyes and focus on your breath, the normal breath, the inhaling, exhaling. Focus on your abdomen. You will see your abdomen expanding and contracting. So whenever you have an inhalation, you tell yourself, I am. In your mind, you say, I am. And when you exhale, you say, here. So basically, you are saying, in each breath, you are saying, I am here. You are reminding yourself that you are in the moment. It's being mindful about the moment that you are here. Whatever the thoughts are there on the past, or they are in the future of worry. But I am here, and this is what I'm feeling. And as I said, breathing is there in every part of your actions and emotions. By doing this, you focus on your breath, the normality of your breath, and also bring in the mindfulness of your current system. So this is the early morning routine, which takes around for 30 seconds. Now the mid morning routine, and this is my favorite. Now, why is it my favorite? See, usually what happens is, I said breathing isn't part of every day of the body, and when you're really anxious and stressed, your breathing is very high, so your breath rate is pretty high. So what you do in this routine is you close your eyes, set a timer for 1 minute, and count the number of breaths that you take. So an inhale and exhale is 1 breath. So you count the number of breaths that you take when you're normal, when you're in normal state. Now that is your breath number. So next time, whenever you're stressed or anxious, or you just check in your daily day, you breathe that many number of times. Let's say my breath number is around 7 to 8. So that's my normal one. When I was stressed out, so I take a pause and do the breathing. Force myself, not force actually, take this breath and bring it to 7 to 8 counts. so that by then my breathing comes back to the normal rate, reducing my stress hormones and thereby relieving me from stress and anxiety. So this is really wonderful. You can check your breath number throughout the day, and it also is like a mindfulness technique for you to be aware of your breathing. Brings in the idea that it keeps a check on you, helps you to keep a check whether you're stressed or are you normally breathing or are you okay. So this is a very amazing technique which I'm sure is going to help you out. Follow it. Count your breath number when you're normal and use the same number of breaths when you feel you're stressed or anxious. Number 3 is about lunchtime, and that is rest and digest. Now, I told you, during stress, your digestive system is very low, so you don't feel like eating. Most of us get into stress eating on junk food, which is not good for us. So, eating on nutritious food is important, but it is also important how you eat your food and how you take your food while take your meal, during your lunch or during any point of time actually. So there's a simple breathing technique on and building mindfulness among it. So it's a 3-step process. In the first step, you take a normal calm breath of, and then you look at your meal, and then you try to feel the feet on the ground. How is your feet feeling? How senses check how is it hard? Is it soft? Are you feeling any pressure on your heels, on your toes? Then you check on the weight of the wherever you're sitting, your chair, your desk. How is it feeling? The pressure points. This brings all the awareness from wherever your mind is to that point, to that place, so that it's like telling your body, now I'm ready to eat, and bringing in that awareness of your body. In your second step, again, you take a slow, calming breath in and out. And this time, you take a look around your surroundings. The people you're sharing your meal with, how is your environment around the flowers or your desk, or is it very hazy or too much of noisy? And you bring awareness to your surroundings, and it's like now your body is ready at a place where it is, and then it is becoming aware of the surroundings that it's trying to eat. So again, you're bringing total awareness to that particular situation, to that particular environment. And third, again you take a deep breathe in and the normal calming breathe in and breathe out. And this time you look at your food, the texture of your food, the aroma of your food, how it is feeling and from where it has come from, and feel that gratitude. Now, because food is an amazing resource for us, for our body, it turns into our cells. So the way we eat our food is also important. Our elders have already told us, like, never get angry on your food, because it's important how you eat your food, how your food feels and gets in. So all these things are about bringing awareness and mindfulness at that particular instance, and bringing that balance in your energy, bringing the balance in your mind, and that is a big stress relief. It happens. I do this before I get into a meal. It's not like a prayer, but it's like a gratitude that I show for having the food that I'm having. So, and it really brings down all the stress levels. It brings in a very pleasing, joyful, mood at that point in time, and you feel good about the food that you eat. Try this out. It really works. This is around, 2 minutes that of your whole lunchtime that you do. Now, next is an early evening routine. Now, usually in the evening, we are totally either we stressed, or all the burden of the whole day is there on our head, and we feel it in our body, and it is there. Now, this is an amazing technique to release those stress bodily. How is it? This is a progressive muscle relaxation technique. You can Google it. Now, this is all about, tensing your muscles and then relaxing it. So what you basically do, I'll do a simple example. So what you do is you take 3 calming breaths. You do this 3 times, and then first thing, hands, you hold them stiff into a fist for a few seconds. Feel that tension, you feel the stress tension, release it. Relax. Now do the breathe in and breathe out again for 3 breaths. Now, you can shrug your shoulders to your ears. Relax. Now again, breathe in, breathe out for 3 breaths. you will automatically see, feel that relief and something is just going out of your body when that happens. Now what, and you can do this for different muscle groups. I just told two. You can try your hands, legs, neck, forehead. So they do it for different techniques. The whole idea is your body is like a cue for your body that when it is stressed, this is how the muscles are, in huge tension. When it's relaxed, it's cool, it's calm, and it's very relaxing. So this is like bringing that awareness and mindfulness to your brain, saying that this is how I am when I'm stressed, and this is how I am when I'm relaxed. This technique is amazing. A lot of meditation experts suggest this, and when he said this, I know I've tried this out. It really helps. Try it out. Again, this is not like you have to do it in the evening. You can do it throughout your day whenever you feel that you can try it out. This is like building techniques, mindful techniques for you to lifestyle. Techniques into your lifestyle which help you to relieve stress and anxiety. Now the last one is the bedtime good night meditation. Not meditation, but it is mindfulness. So what happens is whenever we go to bed, we always, most of us, think about the things that didn't work out on a whole day, and we dwell on it, we worry about it, thoughts, stress, everything, and we go back to sleep, and that gets carried forward to our next day. So how do we come out of that routine? Simply do is you take a piece of paper or your anywhere, note down on 3 things that really went well in your day. Any small 3 things, might be really small, might would have worked out. Let's say somebody simply smiled at you, or you feel you had a very good team lunch, or you had a very good discussion with somebody, or your work, you feel very well, that you feel really good that you could complete your work. Any 3 things that you feel good or you feel grateful about. You don't need to feel grateful, but you should feel good about it, and think about it and note them down before you go to sleep. Now it is important that your body feels that joyfulness in you, and when you go back to bed, that acts as a starting point for your next day. So it is also important how you feel before you go to bed. So that is really, really important. See, now you see that stress is part of our life. It is required, but our body, our mind can handle only short bursts of stress. Anything that is long, or anything that, for a longer period of time, it will deteriorate, or, it will hamper our body, our mind, and we will be in a very devastated state and not non-joyful state, which is not good. These simple ways, not only mindful ways and breathing, mindfulness on breathing, not only, you know, relieves us from stress and anxiety, but also reminds us about our true nature, that as human beings that we are, caring, loving, joyful and happy. That is as human beings that we are. And these simple techniques will help you, and especially these 5, I'm sure will help you. Try it out and do let me know. So that brings to the end of this video. Again, a long video, but I think this really would help you a lot. Hopefully a lot. So the main sources for this video are, there's an amazing channel called as Therapy in a Nutshell by Emma McAdam. She has an anxiety skills. She's done that's a very good one. Then a health line by Kimi Holland on anxiety, and National Institute of Mental Health has on anxiety disorders, and Psychology Today on anxiety, psychologytoday.com on anxiety. These are my sources. In our next video is going to be a very important video on panic attack, and it will be given by none other than our certified counselor Vishala, who will be talking on panic attacks. Looking forward for that. Hopefully this video helps you. Take care of yourself. Have a great week. Thank you.